so today we're going to learn a little bit about calligraphy, and we're going to use this sheet here to learn some basic techniques before we can even start to get a bit creative. Okay, so we're going to make some strokes here, we're going to make some zigzags, some U's, some M's and an O, and those are the basic structures for every letter of the alphabet. Okay, so when we're holding our calligraphy pen, you can see it's got a flat edge, and when you look at it side on, it's very thin. So we're going to use that to make our thick and thin strokes. I have a bit of paper under here to soften it and to cover any scratches in the table. And I hold my calligraphy pen at a 45-degree angle here, and I'm not going to twist it. So not flat like that, but at a 45-degree angle is how I hold it. I am just going to pull it down. We never ever push our pens, it makes the fibres come apart in the nib. Alright, so we're just always pulling it down, and you can see at the top and at the bottom there's a little 45-degree slant. So we don't want it looking like that, that's bad. We just want it 45 degrees. Okay, and practice that until you get it right. I've had a lot of practice, but most people only get it right by about the 10th stroke. And you might change your hand position from how you ordinarily hold a pen. Okay? The next step is that you're going to practice your little zigzag, and that is pulling down, and I'm not changing the orientation of my pen, I am sliding it across the thin bit and pulling it down. So you can slide across, but again we are not pushing the pen up on the fat part. So just practice the zigzags. Try and get them evenly spaced, and try and get them even height as well, just to check that you've got control and the pen's going to go where you want it to. You can see with the zigzags, that's how we create the beauty of the letters and the thick and thin parts. Once you've got zigzags, you might need to do more than that. Let's try our U's. So our U's go down and then they come up to halfway. Okay, so there's our halfway mark. So down into halfway, do that a few times. That's underneath our A's, that's our U's, that's our W's, that's part of our P's. You can see it's parts of lots of letters. The M's very similar. You do a stroke and start it halfway, up and then down. Start it halfway. Alright, so that's our N's and our M's, part of our B's and our H's, all sorts of things. Lastly, we've got our O's, and they're a little bit hard. We're kind of combining a bit of a U with a bit of an N. Okay, so you start down, across, across and down. And you can curve them a little bit more and try and get a bit consistent there. You can see I'm not drawing an O how you normally would, because that would involve pushing the pen up. It's actually broken down into two little movements, which we can see when we look here and follow the arrows. We never, ever, ever, ever push our pen. Cool? After you've done that, you can start practicing your name. Alright, so we might try looking at these letters and looking very carefully at the directions of those arrows and where we go. And And we'll do that a few times till we get it right. Once we've got it really good, we can start to be creative, and that's where the fun of calligraphy is. Unlike the computer, where you can only use fonts as they've been designed, you can start to lift things and move them around and make something that, I don't know, no one's ever seen before.
I bet
Cool?
someone's seen that.
Alright, cool. Thanks for your attention during the video.